President Jokowi knows Singapore quite well. Even before he became president, while he was governor of Jakarta, he visited Singapore. I think of all the countries in the world, Singapore is the one he's probably most familiar with. His son went to school here and so on. So I think that familiarity will help keep the relations on its good tracks as it has been all these years. Obviously, we have a lot of agenda in our bilateral relations, but I'm sure that Singapore will continue to be a priority for our foreign policy. Yes, I can categorically say yes, because we don't have any choice. In Indonesia's foreign policy, we have a lot of global interests around the world, but the one natural geopolitical space for us is in our own backyard, in ASEAN. ASEAN is the source of our strength, and the notion of ASEAN family is very much embedded in our regional and international outlook. So presidents may come and go, yeah, but and foreign ministers may come and go, but none of them have any choice in terms of always placing ASEAN first as their foreign policy platform. Well, I think two things that we need to look at. One is nationalism, and the other one is populism. Yeah, they're similar, but not necessarily the same. And I think both nationalism and populism will play a role in Indonesia's foreign policy, and perhaps in the foreign policy of other ASEAN states. I think we should take it as a given that this is a fact of political life in Indonesia. What is important is that the government remains committed to regionalism. And what is important is not just the president, but the politicians and the parties in our parliament and the ministers and government departments. They all remind and educate the public that nationalism is important, but nationalism has to be coupled with internationalism. We have a long tradition with this argument, yeah? The notion that nationalism and internationalism are two parts of the same coin. But the population needs to be reminded constantly on this. Otherwise, it will degenerate into narrow nationalism, us against them, which is not healthy.